founding publisher of Defyeneurs mag, and we are super pumped for the featured profile with Brittany Burtz of California, featured in the top 50 relationship marketing tips. We are super excited, Brittany, for your feature in Defyeneurs mag. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Gerry. I'm very excited as well, and very inspired about what this issue is going to do for so many people. And I just thank you for your time and everything you do and your heart that you put into this. It is such an amazing publication.
Thank you. It's, Brittany, it's a co-creation. It's a result of having extraordinary people like you in our lives. So, Brittany, I really want to kick off with, we're so inspired by your energy, your light, and, I see you as the ultimate relationship builder, especially for today's world that, maybe is a bit disconnected. And, I love one of your quotes here that you shared in the publication: cultivating relationships and connections with others comes easily to us when we're focused on what value we can add to the other person. So what does it mean to be a relationship builder?
Oh, my goodness. Well, it really affects so much about our lives and what we can create. I've noticed that for myself over the years, that when I was 19 years old, 8 years ago, and introduced to business for the first time, one of my mentors really said that if I wanted to create great success and be influential, which is making a positive difference in people's lives, I had to learn how to be great at cultivating and building relationships with others. And so that was kind of where I knew that I could grow. I didn't start out being great at building relationships, and I think that's something huge for most people to understand, and I had to understand that about myself. Okay, I can get better every day, and I'm going to practice working on being an even better relationship builder every single day by saying hello and reaching out and talking to people, stepping outside of my comfort zone, making new friends, just showing that I genuinely care about the people around me, whether I be out and about at the store or wherever I'm going, just making it a point to look at someone in the eye and make a genuine connection with them. And that's really where it all started with me as far as building relationships. That was just the beginning of everything.
That's extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. Brittany, in addition to the profile and your extraordinary answers in the profile, what do you want the world to know about Brittany Burtz?
Well, gosh, I think the main thing that if I were to have the world know about me is that I live every single day with the intention and desire to be myself and represent myself in the most authenticity. Everything I do, I've made a decision a long time ago that I was going to do it from a place of authenticity. Whatever I was sharing, whatever I was building, whatever I was cultivating in business, in relationships, in my life, I was just going to show up authentic to me and be myself at all times. And so I think that's the biggest thing about me that I would love for people to know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I just love how clear you are on who you are and your purpose. Just want to move a little bit more into what you were saying in the first question, which is excellent. How does relationship building, how are you using that to cultivate success? And I know fulfillment's important to you and teamwork. How are you using relationship building for that?
In the aspect of building a business, the connections that we make, the people that we can get to know are sometimes the greatest pieces and assets that allow us to explode our business and create massive success. And a lot of it is who we know and who we've met and bumped into. So if it starts with the connections that we make and saying hello and making friends and constantly growing our circle, that's, I think, the beginning piece, which weaves into the part of how can I add even more value to other people's lives every single day? And that is an empowering question that my mentor shared with me. She inspired me to ask questions like that from the time I was 19 years old. And I find that when I ask myself an empowering question like that, it gets my mind, my mental focus every day on really looking for, even unconsciously, those individuals that I can add value to. And I realized that in order for success, fulfillment, prosperity, everything to flow into my life, I first have to do something to add enough value to the world around me in order to create that. So that's why I love to ask that question, how can I add even more value right now to the people around me, to the world around me? So much so that everything that I ever dreamed of flows to me because of the value that I'm providing others. And that value could be just connecting two individuals together. I mean, I learned networking from a young age, that networking is simply introducing one person you met or a friend that you've met to somebody else. And maybe they can benefit each other in the business that they work or help each other. It's when somebody looks at you and you're at the grocery store or you're at a restaurant, instead of looking away, walk over to them and say hello and shake their hand, get out of the comfort zone and meet them, be a connector. And these are things that we've all done all our entire lives, but they really, as we do them consciously and we do them more often and really practice that, it's going to allow us to really add even more value to the world around us. And so, I mean, that I think that piece is what I really think of when I focus on cultivating relationships, is how can I add value to this person instead of so much, what can I get out of this relationship or what can they bring to me? Mm-hmm. I really find that, Gerry, I really find that is irrelevant. What can they give to me? Because that will show up if I can genuinely figure out, what's most important to them. What's most important to this person right now. So.
That's awesome. Brittany, you're a giver. I mean, there's no question. Your energy, your posture, everything is around giving. You're a great inspiration to others. What inspires you every day? Where do you get your inspiration from?
Oh my goodness, I get my inspiration from many different things. I started with personal development, reading books, listening to mentors and people that I really respected, and I feel that mentors are essential for every single person. I mean, the most successful athletes, no matter how great they are on the court or on the field, they've got a coach. They have somebody that they go to and they can look up to. And mentors in my life, I can never have enough of them. And I've always consistently been inspired every day from other people, not putting myself above them or them above me, but realizing that I have something to learn from everybody around me and every situation around me. So I show up to the table every day with receptivity, and I am 100% teachable. There's always something for me to learn. And for me, if I have that mindset that there's always something to learn, something to grow from, I've got mentors surrounding me and insights coming in consistently, then I find myself consistently inspired because, that teachability, automatically you're going to be inspired by the things that surround you every single day if your goal is to learn and to grow. So I think maybe that's kind of a broad answer, but
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It really is having mentors, reading books, listening to audios, putting ourselves in environments and around associations where we can be inspired by others. That's the greatest thing about living in a world with so many people that we get to come in contact with every day. And, you know, I actually love my alone time. I love being alone and, you know, retreating and having my time to myself. I have found great growth, and I find it very special to have that alone time for myself. And at the same time, I love being around other people because I feel like I've always got something to learn from someone around me.
That's extraordinary. I love that you're taking the time to nurture yourself, and that kind of ties into, you know, a tip for listeners from you. You know, people are in these busy, hectic lifestyles, and you certainly know how easy it is to get busy and hectic. You know, but how do you continue? You know, what's your greatest tip to listeners to never stop nurturing themselves during those busy, hectic times? If you have any thoughts on that.
Absolutely, I do, and it's so essential because I have a lot of my friends will say, "Oh my gosh, Britt, you're so even keeled. How can you be so just even all the time with your energy? You're not like all in, crazy, you know, cutting off all these other things in your life to do one thing." But I choose to operate from a place of balance where I can be as effective as possible in every single area that I want to work on. And it's, you know, it's something that I've had to work on definitely over the years, and I feel like we all do, especially when you're building a business. And what creates results is the energy and the momentum that you can create by being all in and by being fully sold out and fully committed. And when people can see and feel your energy as that, that's what creates momentum, and that's what grows your business even faster and more continuously. But finding a balance where you can still be that in those moments, in those blocks of time, so that you can be effective in your business and create outstanding results, but also be able to give time to yourself, be able to nurture yourself, which is essential because your health and our health and wellness, our bodies, our physical condition, our mental state, our peace of mind, feeling like we've given to ourselves first, like that, for me, that's been really important. It's almost like a reward for the hard work that I do or the conscious work that I do to grow a business, is rewarding myself and giving myself that special time to, in the morning when I wake up, drink my tea and have quiet time and read, you know, write, listen to the music that I love to listen to, whatever I can do to give to myself. I find it very grounding. Where we can so easily be pulled different directions in the world today with our job, our business, our family, different things that are going on. That probably won't change. You know, that's life. That's the world we live in. But I've learned that we can absolutely create a very amazing, calm balance where we can operate effectively in all of those areas. And it takes conscious effort to do so, but it really takes giving to ourselves first and getting grounded. For me, that happens in the morning, because if I can get grounded in the morning at home, in my quiet time, or in nature, walk outside in the morning and really connect with nature, some of the world around me, without technology around, without the phone, without the computer, I can be even more effective in those moments that I am building my business, and I can be even more present with my family when I'm with my family.
That's outstanding. Some beautiful, juicy nuggets there for listeners. I love it. Thank you for that. So you've been on an incredible journey, Brittany, this past 8 years. I mean, the growth for you has been extraordinary. You've shared that a couple times. What would you say your biggest learning in life has been?
Wow. That's a huge one, Gerry. That's a big one to think about. I know exactly what that is, actually, because it is an area of my life that I, in the past, had struggled with for a very long time, when I was growing up in high school and junior high, I was very, very shy and extremely self-conscious. I mean, very worried and concerned all the time about what other people thought of me, and my self-confidence just really was not there. It wasn't super high. I mean, I was a very happy person. I was very happy, but I definitely had a lot of self-doubt, and the negative subconscious was a daily battle for myself in the past. And it took conscious effort of recognizing that, not beating myself up over, these feelings of doubt, these thoughts of doubt that would show up so often, but really working on that and putting myself in the environment to grow. And so through this growth, through stepping outside of my comfort zone every day and stretching myself and doing things and reading things and listening to things that probably weren't the most comfortable, for sure, because it was very outside of my comfort zone to even have a conversation like this with you. It was very outside of my comfort zone to talk to a group of people and share or open up or go after something that I really believed in, that I wanted. I had a lot of doubt around, could I do, be, and have everything that I wanted. I wanted it, and I thought about it, and I had these dreams and aspirations of what I wanted to do and create, like all of us do. But I definitely battled with that doubt of if it could be possible, until it was enough conditioning over time of stepping out of my comfort zone, catching myself in those thought processes over the years to really change my thinking. And I'm here today, and absolutely I know with every fiber of my being that we can all get out of that frame of thought and change our thinking and really change our lives, because my life has been transformed. I mean, my level of confidence and knowingness about who I am, what I love, what I want to create, my special gifts that I have to give this world, and we all have these special gifts to bring to this world. I just now believe that I can do it, and that I'm going to do it, and that I am doing it, and I never had that before. So that has been the greatest learning that I've had, is that I can be who I want to be. I can have whatever I want to have, and I can create whatever I'd like to create. And I never had that in the past.
It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, the confidence is definitely shining through just beautifully. You seem to resonate, Brittany, with this whole energy of everyday people doing extraordinary things. You've definitely shared with me, and I really appreciate that, the energy of everyday people. What's your thoughts on, how everyday people can really shift the world?
Everything. I love that. I love the way that you say that and the way that you put that, because everyday people, it is every single one of us that has the ability to completely shift when it comes to ourselves. That ripples out to the people that are closest to us, and it's a ripple into a pond, into an ocean that, it just spirals out in such a huge way. I've seen it happen in my own life. I've seen myself change and make positive changes, make positive choices every day, and I've seen the ripple that has made in my family, in their lives. I've seen the ripple that has made in my friends' lives personally, and I've seen it happen with my friends and the same things that they have done. So the idea that we all have a special gift, we have many special gifts, and that giving ourselves the time to discover what those are and have fun and really work on ourselves so that we can be the best version of ourselves that we possibly can, it's essential. The world is changing. I'm a big believer in in just the energy of people and the energy of cities and places and this entire planet. And as it's changing and moving, we're going to either consciously be a big part of the positive change, the positive ripple that is taking place, or we're going to be a bystander and we won't have any influence at all, or just be swept away down a path that may not be necessarily positive or may not be positively contributing. And to imagine what all of us can do as individuals if we just decide to show up every day and just trust the process, that we can learn to be the best person that we can. That alone will create the most incredible dream future for future generations that are on this planet. I am now thinking about that more than I ever have in my entire life, really. And at 27 years old, I'm really thinking now about the future generations that will inhabit this planet. And we have the ability to affect that in a huge way. So it's huge. I love when you say that, because everyday people doing extraordinary things, because we do extraordinary things, we can do and we will do, and it really will impact, so much about the future.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. The world is so helped by you, Brittany, just by your energy, listening to these words. So my last question for you, and I decided to, as I'm listening to you, you talk about your family and the impact that you're making on your family. What do you want your family to remember about you and the mark that you made on them, on others, on the world? What would they say? What do you want them to say?
Oh, wow. Wow, that's making me feel a little emotional there. I would hope that and wish that they would just say that I lived my life exactly the way that I wanted to live it and lived it in service to others. That's what I would want people to say, because I decided that I that's what I want to do. I want to live my life and my dreams every single day the way that I see them. And I would love for them to say that inspired them to want to do the same thing. Some people might think that I have all of these dreams, and so they might be a little bit crazy and out there, and I really do believe that there's no dream too big, because some of the most seemingly unreachable dreams that I've had in my life have been achieved and brought into my life. And, a lot of people would say, well, I could never have that. I could never do that. I could never create that. And it's just a switch. It's just a small change in our thought process, in our language, that can change it all. And that change is, how can I add more value so that I can create that? Or what do I have to do so that I can live that dream, be that dream? And I would hope and wish that people would say that I maybe in some way inspired them, that they could go for some of the biggest dreams, and it helped them achieve them and live such an amazing life.
Absolutely explosive. Brittany Burtz, in the most explosive and inspiring issue of Defyeneurs. Of course it is, because Brittany Burtz is in this issue, the top 50 relationship marketing tips. We are so honored. I love the energy of this interview. Brittany, thank you so much for being a part of this and just inspiring listeners.
Gerry, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this, so inspired about this, and can't wait to hear more and do more. Thank you for everything. This is amazing.
You.